This video is a very brief introduction to the oldest personality type system that exists, called the four temperaments or the four humours, represented by the four elements. It dates back to the ancient Greeks and Greco-Arabic medicine, researched in the golden age of Islam, also researched by the Catholic Church, researched by various psychologists for probably around 2000 years. It's simple, you can learn it rather quickly, and you can very quickly identify temperaments in other people. It works, and it's correlated with every other temperament theory. If you know your Myers-Briggs type, you can figure out your temperament. If you know your Enneagram, you can figure out your temperament. And if you know your disc color, well, if you're blue, then you're melancholic. If you're green, you're phlegmatic. If you're red, you're choleric. And if you're yellow, you're sanguine. So the four temperaments work. And here is a very brief description of the four temperaments. The choleric temperament is fire in the elements. Why fire? Because fire is hot, it burns. It's light, but it's hot, and it's quick, and it burns. And nothing stays the same in fire. And choleric people are just like that. They are very assertive. They are very driven. They are your extroverts. They are thinking types. They are ambitious, goal-oriented. Your typical alpha male. Your typical driving executive that only cares about results and works hard. That's the choleric temperament. Cholerics are all about action and doing and accomplishing. If you want something done, call a choleric. They will fix it somehow. Even if it hurts, it burns, they will fix it. They will accomplish things. They are all about results in the external world. Don't give a choleric person too much to read or something like that. They will be bored. They just want to do things and they want to accomplish things. The choleric's weak side is their feeling, because they are extroverted thinking types. Their weak side is introverted feeling, their inner feelings. So choleric people are usually not that comfortable speaking about their inner thoughts and feelings and sentiments and inner values and that sort of thing. They will usually be very businesslike and very professional and ambitious and so on, and they want to keep things on a rational and factual basis. The sanguine temperament is air. Why air? Because air is the lightest of the four elements. It expands across the room and it takes up all places, but its density is very light. And that is how the sanguine temperament manifests in people. Sanguine people are very talkative, very social, optimistic, outward oriented. They are your extroverts and feelers. The sanguine temperament is the kind of person who has usually a lot of friends, gets a lot of likes on social media. Usually the people who win popularity contests, that's your sanguine people. In a room, if people are moody or stressed, throw a sanguine person into that room, and the sanguine person will automatically start making people feel good, either by cracking jokes or hugging someone or something like that. They are all about that outward warm energy towards people. So when it comes to interpersonal intelligence, there is no temperament that can compete with the sanguine. The sanguine's weak side is their introverted thinking. Since they are extroverted feelers, their weak side is their introverted thinking that can sometimes manifest in the unconscious. So deep analytical thinking and contemplating, that is not what sanguine people like, and they usually don't like when you go into that mode with them because it spoils their flow. The phlegmatic temperament is water. Why water? Water is very still, but can have a lot of stream underneath it. Phlegmatic people are like that. They can be very still on the outside, but they can have a lot of turbulence going on in the inside. Water seeks its even level. Phlegmatic people are like that. They usually are very much afraid of conflict and want to say and do things that please other people, just like water. Also, water creates a certain peace and harmony around it. For example, fire burns, but water puts out the fire, and that's the phlegmatic nature. So phlegmatic people are your introverts, your feelers. They are usually, relatively speaking to the extroverted temperaments, more calm, friendly, agreeable, compassionate. Usually they are deep in thought as well. They can be contemplative, philosophical, usually drawn to the humanities and those kinds of areas where you get to help people. I want to paint a picture of a nurse or a psychologist or some sort of counselor. That's your typically phlegmatic person. The phlegmatic's weak side is extroverted thinking. Since they are introverted feelers, their weak side is extroverted thinking, and that can sometimes manifest in the unconscious. So this goal-getting drive to achieve and accomplish goals can sometimes be challenging for the phlegmatic person. The melancholic temperament is earth. Why earth? Because out of the four temperaments, earth is the most solid, the most dense of them all, the heaviest of them all. The melancholic temperament is very heavy. It's very dark, it's contemplative, it's deep, it's analytical. Your melancholic type will usually be introverted, and it will be a thinking type. So the person who wants to create a system for everything, who analyzes everything, who is usually detail conscious, the kind of person that when you have a presentation, there's one person in the room who says, there is an error on page 53. That's usually your melancholic person. I want to paint a picture of a scientist, because science is probably predominated by melancholic people, usually academia as well. But melancholic people don't necessarily have to be in science. Where in whatever field they are in, they will usually create a system to analyze, categorize, systematize everything, and that comes from introverted thinking. The melancholic's dark side is extroverted feeling. Since they are introverted thinkers, extroverted feeling can sometimes be unconscious and a weak spot for the melancholic temperament. So being out, socializing and talking with other people and networking and things like that are usually not activities that your average melancholic person will be comfortable doing.